No black cats, just straight facts.
Triple P certified.
Listen, we can talk about odds all day. It doesn't matter what the odds are. It matters what's gonna happen. Welcome to the show. It's the Perfect Parlay Pursuit. We are approaching a UFC pay-per-view event, UFC 322, from Madison Square Garden. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev for the welterweight title. Weili Zhang versus Valentina Shevchenko. Both fighters moving up in weight to take on the champion, to raise hell with the incumbent, to try to make history with a second belt. And you have two champions ready to put their feet in the sand and draw a line, baby. What could make this week any better? We're leading up to a double championship pay-per-view card with a stacked main card, a stacked prelims. We got Bo Nickel. We got all sorts of great stuff to break down this week. What can make this any better? I don't know. Maybe if I were going to be in attendance at Madison Square Garden, I will be in attendance, guys. So pull up. Hey, guys, UFC 322 is on fire. Carrie Jane, great to have you here. UFC 322 is finally here. Carrie Jane it is. And I will be there in New York City. So if you're going to be there, let us know in the comments. Would love to meet some of you guys.
Bro, our orientation on YouTube right now, it's like it's real formatted. It's
what does that mean?
It's literally, remember the thing I showed you a picture of on
Yeah.
the left? That's what it looks like right now. We're on top and bottom like we're on a FaceTime. It's all well and good. Lucky Lukey CK. That's what they call him because
Should we shut this down and reset it? Should we shut it down and reset it?
I
Is it
mean, I
terrible?
don't think.
Oh, I'm looking at it. I mean,
It's probably
I'm fine
better
with
for
that.
the algo, to be honest.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I don't know why it's like that. Is it better now?
StreamYard's up to no
Carrie,
good.
are we cool with it? If Carrie says we're cool with it, it looks good. We move forward. So, look, we're here to talk UFC. We're not here to look. We don't have a ton of visual aids today.
Carrie
Anyway,
says
so
it looks good.
we're just going to talk UFC 322. We're going to do a real cursory kind of brush through of last weekend's card. But as I said, this will be my second time. It's actually my third MMA event that I'm going to be witnessing from MSG. I saw one Bellator event, which included Chael Sonnen versus Wanderlei Silva, Michael Chandler versus Brent Primus, and Fedor Emelianenko, I think, fought
Matt
Mitrione. Matt Mitrione. Yeah, it was Matt, or was it Dan Henderson?
They double knocked down each other. No, it was Matt.
Yeah,
Mitrione.
it was. But I think they double knocked down each other in the Dan Henderson fight too. But no, yeah, it was Matt Mitrione. That's right. Crazy stacked card. Saw that for like $80. Saw those fights. Then I saw Nate Diaz versus George Masvidal with Alex.
And if it wasn't for a crab in the bucket referee, Nate
If
Diaz,
it wasn't for a crab in the bucket fucking doctor, New York City doctor, then we would have definitely seen Nate come back in the fourth and fifth round. Even everybody at home watching said, "Oh my God, Nate was just about to start coming alive in the fourth and fifth, and Masvidal was going to fade for sure." Like that doctor saved Masvidal. So now this will be my third time, and I'm seeing two championships. I'll have seen a BMF championship, a women's championship, and a men's championship. What more can I see in terms of UFC action? I'm super stoked. And my plan is to be butts in seats from the first fight. First prelim fight, I want to be butt in seat because I did not do that in the last two times I went. I'm going with a buddy. I don't know if we're gonna probably get dinner beforehand. I don't know if we're gonna make and honestly the first two or three fights really, if I was at home, I might not miss them. I try not to miss.
That's why we didn't see the first fight. It was because you're one of the
We had a show.
You're one of the 250 assassins. I forgot that you were one of the 250.
I was not, and honestly, like, I'm not. So, like the first fight on the card is Vladislav Borshev versus Mateus Camillo. I thought the first fight on the card was something different. Oh, I thought it was Basingur Sursakayev versus Eric Makhachev, which is a great fight, but that one, and then I thought it was Vladislav. I was like, all right, honestly, realistically, like if we're a little bit late, it's not the end of the fucking world. But my plan is to be butt and seat from the first fight. I think that would be super lit to watch every single fight, to gamble on every single fight. Last I checked, it's legal in New York. We got Mr. Wipeout 2008. Good to have you back, buddy. The level of disrespect with these odds on my boy Makhachev. Next time I go, I'm eating mushrooms before. I'm not leaving my seat the entire time. Dude, bold, very bold. Mr. Wipeout, very bold. Will you be there this weekend? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I want to be strapped in for the long haul, 14 fights, betting on them, winning, and to be honest, I want to be there for so long that I kind of figure out the arena can, I always see fans getting like brought in by Dana White to like get better seats and stuff and like all this different, like I see like fans like meeting Bruce Buffer and different things of that nature. So I feel like if I get there, chances of me like, meeting Bruce Buffer
would
like
squeeze you like a grape. He beat up Frank Trigg already. You've already got a little trigonometry going around.
Trigonometry. I might meet exactly. I might meet a ref in the bathroom. Like if I'm there, if I'm just the longer you're there, the more chances something novel will happen. Right.
That's a ref's worst nightmare. If Mark Smith sees you,
nobody. No, listen. I'm gonna actually. Nobody has anything to worry about. That's number 1, 2, and 3. It's number 1, 2, and 3. Nobody, especially me, and I want that. I want it to be known. Truce. If I bump into in the restroom, if I bump into Lionheart, I want truce. I want open. You know what I mean?
What about Chase Hooper?
He fights, doesn't he? He's on this card.
You could find him in the bathroom then. He's definitely going to.
He's actually not on this card. He's on this card. Dude, me and Chase are pretty much allies at this point. He's come a long way, and he's earned my respect.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we got to get forward. But to get forward, we got to take a step back. Last week, Alex and I, we double P certified Daniel Marcos. He got it done. We double P certified Tisha Pennington, Josh Hockett, Jamal Emmers, Christian Leroy Duncan, Ricky Simon, Chris Padilla, and Joseph Morales. The only ones that disappointed us were Pennington, who lady underdog. We told you not to even really bet on that one. We were joking. But the only one was Ricky Simon. I mean, if you think about it, he actually was the only one to lose. He prevented us in terms of the men's fights from going 100% on double P certified picks. Ricky Simon is a bastard. I hate him. As far as I'm concerned, he can fucking kick rocks out of the UFC and never fight again. Ricky Simon, I met Clay Guida in real life. Clay Guida is a great guy, but you never want to be compared to Clay Guida in the octagon. Because at the end of the day, while Clay Guida did exciting fights, if you want to be champion, fighting like Clay Guida is not the way to do it. And the way that Ricky Simon just thinks that he's going to get away with doing this the whole damn fight and not throwing his fucking hands forward like this, doing this. I'm watching the fight. I'm standing up. I'm shadow boxing in my living room going, why isn't he doing this? Why is he instead doing this? Why is he not throwing punches? You know what I mean? It's very crazy. It's fucking crazy. Your opponent is damn near 40 years old. You're Ricky Simon. You got the head of a fucking watermelon. You got a watermelon for a head. You are not getting knocked out. You can take a hit, and just like Clay Guida, very much like Clay Guida, but yet you're not just going straight into the fire. They do that sometimes, but then they just do a lot of choreographed dancing, and it's like, Ricky, you could have won that fight, and you cost me almost $3,000 fucking dollars. If Ricky Simon wins, I'm $3,000 richer. All the mistakes of the previous weekend are erased, and my destiny is secured. But because I believed in Ricky Simon, because I said before the fight, I point to the TV and I tell my wife, "Hey, look how much younger he is than him. He's 5 years younger than him. This guy, Ricky Simon, he is gonna win this fight." And the first round, he almost gets a finish. He does so well. All of a sudden, he's just kind of doing nothing, making it close. Ricky Simon is my least favorite fighter right now. I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say that because I really needed that, Ricky. I really needed that. And And honestly, when I put you on those parlays, I go, I'm making a mistake. And then I watch Dogger Pass. Bookie Beatdown, and Cody Saftik picks Honey Baloney, and I go, I am making a mistake. But I go, you know what? I saw what I saw that night when Ricky knocked that guy out. I forget who that guy's name even is at this point, because my hatred for Ricky has just caused like the Eye of Sauron to just grow and push everything good he's ever done for me out of my head. Because I go, we could have won that fight.
Javid Basharat.
He knocked him out. And that was like, good job. Like, now we're getting it. But for him to go out there and lose to a guy who's damn near 38 years old, for him to not draw a damn line in the sand and say, I'm not going to lose to Honey Baloney, and cost me damn near $3,000.
Yeah, Ricky Simon was.
I had to go win it all back on football just to not have to go to Chase Bank with some explaining to do. You made me have to go. I didn't get an ounce of fucking rest until the Sunday night game ended. I could have gone into Sunday morning nice to my family, taken them all out to breakfast, had a pleasant day. But instead, Dad is not in the mood. Why? Because of you. Because of you. And the Atlanta Falcons. I'll say that too. They didn't help either. Because then I said, Ricky Simon fucked us, kids, but don't worry, because Drake London is going to go in there and he is going to fucking win. He's going to score a touchdown, and then the Falcons as 3-1 dogs are going to win the game for us on Sunday. And and kids, before anybody's even awake, before the 1 o'clock game starts, we're set for the day. But no, that didn't happen, did it, Alex?
It didn't.
It didn't. So then I have to. So what do I have to do? Then I have to put together another parlay and just pace around the house all day instead of going out and having a catch with my kids, or going out and riding bikes with my kids, or taking my wife out to breakfast. No, I had to pace around the house anxiously all day, waiting to try to get right because of Ricky Simon.
And yeah,
Ricky Simon made your dad bet the Dolphins money line. My brother, that's just so funny you say that, right? Because I even saw that and I go, you know what would be hilarious if Josh Allen found a way to fucking lose to Mike McStudy and the Miami fucking Dolphins.
What do you even do in that scenario? Those are the two guys you probably hate the most in the entirety of the NFL.
Well, and it's funny because Josh Allen, I hate because I believe in him and I think he could be great, and I think the Bills could be great, and I wish they would knock off a Chief or knock off a Raven or compete with the Eagles. I'd love to see a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl or a Bills-Eagles championship game of any kind. I would love to see the Bills and the Eagles kind of together, because I think it's cool. I like, the Mid-Atlantic region. And I like the fans of the Bills. I like that they're out there in the cold, drinking, having fun. Like
Mid-Atlantic region?
They're northern, they're more of like the Northeast corridor. They're more like the, they're even probably closer to New England. But I'm just saying, like, compared to fucking Kansas City, they're more like us. They're New York at the end of the day. We're New Jersey, the one state away. Like,
yes.
And the way they go about their tailgates is very Philadelphia to me. So I'm down with that. And I like that they do that and do it that way, I like them as a fan base. And I think Josh Allen's a cool guy, but he's just too Mickey Mouse sometimes. He comes out there all shucks. He's Mr. fucking all shucks. Like he's like, and he doesn't seem to give a flying fuck. Just low T kind of energy from Josh Allen sometimes.
And that's why he let Michael B. Jordan,
I want to see Josh Allen with a bigger beard.
Seen Sinners. I feel sorry for you. One of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. Sinners was a terrible movie. Everybody who praised it is idiotic, in my opinion. But yeah, Haley Steinfeld, she went all in on Michael B.
You ever see the movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt? It's like about Dracula. It's called like
Interview with a Vampire.
Okay. What's it called?
Interview with a Vampire.
Okay. Yeah, that's Interview with a Vampire. That's exactly the movie I was talking about. Okay.
Or it's Cocktail.
Cuisine. No, but dude, Interview with a Vampire is funny because apparently that's a Mandela effect thing, because people are trying to say that it's called Interview with the Vampire.
No, it's a vampire. Always has been.
Yeah, dude, I thought so too. And I've been randomly testing people of various age brackets all day long to try to see if this is a true Mandela effect. And I said exactly what I said to you, to my in-laws. And I go, it's, the movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt about Dracula. I don't even know if it's about Dracula, but I just say that to make them think vampire. So they know what
Dracula's a famous vampire.
I'm trying to fill in every word except A without filling in any words, right? So I don't say interview and I don't say vampire. I say the movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
And he's interviewing the Dracula.
I don't say interview. I don't say interview. I want to make them say the whole title. And
he's hanging out with Dracula. They're having fun.
Yes. So I say, the movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise about Dracula. And they're like, interview the vampire. I'm like, yeah. And then I just walk away. And I'm like, okay, noted.
Or I've been psyoped. I mean, I've never seen the movie.
That's the thing about me. Like, most of this stuff, I'm like, dude, I've been actually. We'll talk later. But anyway, the Panthers should beat a rookie. They should. They really should, Justin. That was bullshit. And here's the thing.
I think it was the first rookie to win a football game as quarterback for the Saints since like 1984 or some shit like that.
Alex,
I think Arch Manning was the last rookie to win a game for the Saints in the regular season.
The other guy, though, said why, Luke had to bet the Dolphins money line. You asked, what do I do in that situation? Nothing. I didn't bet that game at all. It was, but I should have. Because I would have.
Just watched out of pure hate.
Because when it comes to the Bills, I go, you got to use the Chewbacca defense when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. It don't make sense.
No.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee from Kashyyyk. Why is he
hanging out with Ewoks?
So comfortable hanging out with Ewoks from Endor? It don't make sense, right? And that's with Josh Allen. You go, yeah, he beats Patrick Mahomes, but he's gonna fucking lose to the Dolphins.
And in the worst fashion of all time, throwing an interception, fumbling the ball. Like he is he's like a Homer Simpson type guy, idiotic performance. Now the Patriots look like they have Tom Brady again. And I don't know what the hell is going on.
Okay, Lukey, Duncan won me a lot of money, bet him money line, and no, because Simon messed up last leg of my parlay. There's a receiving core. Yep, needs help. And then Raiders.
Shakir just went to the Saints or the Seattle Seahawks, my brother.
So look, guys, let me just say this real quick before you get into next week's card. And I know, Alex, we're behind on time already, but this stuff needs to be discussed. What it came down to for me, like I said, if Ricky Simon wins, I'm up 3K. If Randy Brown wins, I'm break even. But most importantly, I have Daniel Marcos. I have Josh Hockett KO round 1 at plus 195. I have Jamal Emmers at plus 120, okay? I win on Jamal Emmers. I double down on him. I make a solo bet on Emmers. I win $248. I bet 148 on Duncan. I win 355. So I'm rolling. I'm bankrolled. I win on fucking Emmers. I win on Duncan. And then I'm just making other kind of bets. I ultimately had Padilla in parlays, but Simone blew him. And at this point I go, okay, well now how many underdogs?
Padilla's a hero. Like, let's just say that. Padilla
for sure
is the fucking man. But Bonfim is also a pussy and will always do exactly that. He's a hammer. He's not a nail. He is a hammer. He does not know how to go deep into a fight. He doesn't know how to dig deep. He is and listen, who am I? I'm just a guy. I'm not trying to be the greatest, I'm not trying to fight in the UFC for good reason. But this guy, he has no heart. I think he should be investigated. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of these guys need to be investigated. You say 100 fights in the last year. I say 300 fights in the last fucking year should be investigated. And shout out to my boy Dumas. He got re-signed. He's the man. Lestat is the vampire. Wow.
So she's talking about the
interview with a vampire. Yes.
Lestat de Lioncourt is the vampire. So this was like the French, translation or whatever.
So
no, sorry. Lestat de Lioncourt is the character from Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles novel series. Lestat de Lioncourt. I don't know what you're trying to say, Carrie, but I do have the utmost respect for you and admiration. Double gloves, quarterback, what the fuck? Why is the main event that it has to be controversial now? Oh, so let me tell you guys this.
Yeah,
So let me just say
that was
this.
fucking lame as all get out, and Mark Smith should be investigated as well.
I mean,
I think a lot of these guys got to start getting investigated. I'm gonna call Cash Patel actually, and I'll probably get his phone number off Zoom Info. Not a sponsor, but great org. I'm gonna get his number. I'm going to call him, and I'm gonna start telling him who he needs to investigate because
you're gonna call Cash Patel.
Yeah,
you're gonna get his LinkedIn, get his number off LinkedIn.
Yeah, go on LinkedIn, plug in Zoom Info, of course, extension, get Cash Patel's phone number, and let him know all these guys that I think need to be investigated. Because as somebody who watches the sport as much as I do, I feel like I have a better thumb on the pull. Like, I don't think Dana White watches as many fights as I do. You know?
Yeah.
He's too busy with Steve Will do it and Steiny. Okay. But anywho, don't even get me started on Steinberg.
So just let me just catch everybody up. So like I said, if fucking Randy Brown wins, if Ricky Simon wins, I'm flush. If Ishmael Bonfim wins, I'm flush because I hedged a lot of those winnings from Jamal Emmers and CLD.
That's so stupid.
I hedged them on Bonfim.
Quitter of all time.
I hedged them on Bonfim, Alex. Both money line and in parlays. And if Bonfim had won, I would be very flush. So I was super sad about that. But here's the thing. Next morning, I wake up, I go, my money in the bank guy, Drake London, is going to be an anytime touchdown scorer. The Falcons are going to win. I bet that. They go into overtime. I'm crushed. That would have been my whole get back. It would have been $1,000 cash. It would have been like $200 profit. We would have been sitting there before the 1 o'clock game even started with all the money we lost on UFC back. And we would have been fine with profit to take the family out to brunch. I also had a parlay. Ravens to cover the spread. They did. Houston Texans to win. They did triumphantly. Both big time come from back behind wins. Panthers to cover the spread, -5.5. They did not cover. They did not win. Like you said in the chat, the Panthers should be able to beat a rookie Saints team. And that would have been, and then the Bucks to beat the Patriots. So that was 2 out of 4. So now I'm just completely shattered. I go, okay, well, we got to refuse to lose. To win back everything we lost, to win back every single thing we lost. These are all live, Alex. I'm literally, when my team, when the Falcons lose, and I'm just like gutted. I take a walk and I go, or no, sorry. And then when my other parlay loses later in the day, I'm like, okay, my other parlay is going to lose. This is inevitable because I told you guys I had the Panthers to cover the spread. At this point, the score is like 10-7 Panthers or Saints, right? And I'm like, all right, we're fucked here. We're fucked. So I have to build a live parlay. Bears +100 against the Giants. I get Bears +100. I get Ravens -146. I get Saints -115 and Chargers -152. $75 bet to pay $783. I clean up every single dollar that I lost on the UFC, every single dollar I lost on NFL. Pretty much. I mean, we're just fucking we make up a lot of. But that's what I'm trying to say. If Ricky Simon wins, all of a sudden my whole day is different. So these guys don't know. These guys don't know that their decisions and what they do in the octagon affects real people's lives
and children
who believed in you. So fight hard.
So, and that's another thing. Like when these guys get on to a post-fight interview or like they go on Ariel Helwani and they're like, and these guys telling me they bet on me to win the fight and are all mad at me for losing.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, idiot. Hey,
we are mad.
You make more money in fucking 15 minutes than I make in a year. Okay? So if I have the fucking gall, no Mickey, to put my money on the outcome of your fight and you make more money than I make in a year in 15 fucking minutes and still bitch around every corner. Oh, I need to make this much. This guy does this. This guy does that. What? Yada, yada, yada. Bullshit. I think crimes of passion, should happen at that point. It's insane. These guys want to sit here and act like somebody betting all this money on them. And at least Nate Diaz has the heart to
I love the balls on my mouth.
Nate Diaz has the heart. Somebody says, I bet my rent on you, and you put out that performance. He says, hey, send me your Venmo, cocksucker, or whatever the hell he said. But, he still made that man right. And at the end of the day, that's more valuable than anything any fighter has ever done for anyone.
No, okay. Well, here's what I'll say.
You guys are the lowest end of society.
No. Stop. I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the day, give a fuck.
Fight in your underwear for money.
Because I do. I give a fuck.
You might as well be a Jello girl at a bar.
Still real to me, damn it.
Still real to me.
Bomb
theme.
Hold on. Have you heard of this fight? I don't know what we're talking about here.
Whenever I see Justin Villegas, I can't just read it out loud. He's gonna get me in some deep.
I know. Now I have to just. I'm just.
I usually read all the messages, but Justin, you if I reread that,
yeah, actually, the whole thing from now on is going to be. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen just because you guys are chatting it up. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen, and then I'll read it after I read it. So, anyway, the reality is we have a big card coming up. We have 14 fights to break down. There's nothing else to talk about. Alex, there's truly. Sorry, go ahead.
Joseph Marias, hero. Chris Duncan, hero. Jamal Emmers, hero. Ismail Bonfim, quitter. Muslim Salikov. I kind of felt like that was an early stoppage. I love it. There's always
man. Uruz Madiq is the fucking man.
That was cool. That was cool shit. Daniel Marcos, you're the man. Josh Hockett.
I mean, can I be real here? I got 3 picks wrong. I got Pennington, a girl. We don't count that. So I got 2 picks wrong. Simon and Brown.
Yeah.
I fucking was 2 picks away from a perfect fucking parlay.
I took.
I did not even know this.
I told you my new strat is to just take the favorite, so you have a hedge out opportunity. The only problem is like,
dude, no, the only problem is I forgot to tell you this. I fell asleep and didn't even see the Brown versus Bonfim fight. I was sitting on the couch down and watching the fight.
Controversial, very controversial. It was.
I heard that, and I said, I woke up. I heard that he won. I go, great. I'm so pissed off. I'm not even gonna watch it.
Situation where Randy Brown got clipped with a knee, but Bonfim also fell at the same time, and Mark Smith, Captain Savaho, runs out, dives on top of Randy Brown, gives him another concussion. I thought it could have went on a little longer, but what do I know? What do I know? I'm not a
honestly
therapist.
Listen, yeah, I just got to move on. So thank you everybody for the support through last week's card. We hate ourselves for not being able to capitalize on a night where we got 2 picks wrong. Way too much on Ricky Simone. Should have just trusted Padilla and not hedged, and definitely should have not even bet on the Randy Brown fight. We didn't need to. When you get Padilla, CLD, Emmers, right?
Those were like
that's enough. That's a fucking enough.
Those were the parlay pillars right there. We're just greedy little bastards.
We gotta lock in, Alex. We gotta lock in so we can put the boot on Dan's neck. I wanna win so much money this weekend that Dan pisses and shits his fucking pants and pukes on himself and says, "I'm so mad I left the show," smashes his head against his desk and has a concussion. That's what I want to do this week to fucking Dan the Bet Man. And by the way, we're going to be artificially creating Dan the Bet Man as an AI and bringing it back to the show. So don't you guys worry. His character will live on. If you are a Daniac, if you're a Dan head, I'm putting $10,000 into this AI. I'm making this AI spick and span. This AI is going to be fucking Dan, but even better than Dan. It's going to be Dan 2.0. My friend also falls asleep main card fights left because of alcohol, and I always watch. Yeah, it wasn't not because of alcohol. But I did. I mean, it was mostly just because I was sitting there and I watched the co-main event, and I go, "Cool." I'm like, "Ooh, I could fall asleep." You ever just like see sleep as like a magic carpet you can ride, where it's like it not only is possible to fall asleep, but it feels so good, and you're like, this feels better, and I'll figure out what happens with the fight when I wake up, and you just drift into a nice slumber. It was very nice. So, all right, UFC 322 live from Madison Square Garden. My third jaunt to MSG. I mean, I've been to MSG many times. I've seen, I've seen Louis C.K., Bill Burr. I've seen stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Joey D. No, not at Madison Square Garden. No.
Yeah, in the Hulu room at Madison Square Garden. We saw them together.
That was the Beacon Theater.
Could be.
Yeah, it was the Beacon Theater. And then I think I saw I've seen hockey games at MSG. We gotta actually I don't know that I have seen a hockey game at MSG. I think just comedy and fights. The Joe Rogan MSG experience for me. But anyway, live from MSG, 14 bouts starting from the bottom. We got to go from the bottom to the top. Vladislav Borshev versus Mateus Camillo. Slava Claus, 33, weight class below 170, 155-pound weight class. Back-to-back losses, taking on 24-year-old Mateus Camillo. Mateus Camillo got submitted by Gabe Green 5 months ago. Before that, he wasn't in the UFC, so he lost his debut. We know that happens 63% of the time. And we know that fighters on losing streaks lose, especially when they are older. He's 9 years older than his opponent here. So yes, and he doesn't even have more experience, right? I mean, 12 fights versus 15 fights. It's like he has 3 more fights, Slava Claus, than Mateus Camillo.
Yeah, but 8 more UFC fights. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm going with Mateus Camillo. I guess it's funny because Slava Claus is only 33.
Only 33. Yes. The
But
age
it's
of
like
Christ.
People forget, man. He was getting the shit beat out of him by Chase Hooper before he got submitted. Like, he was getting punched and beaten the fuck out of. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know that he's as good of a kickboxer as people make him out to be. I'm taking Mateus Camillo, the young whippersnapper, to get it done. I don't bet on guys when they're 9 years older than their opponent. I don't care. I don't care if they're 30 and 21. I do, actually. If they're 30 and 21, I do care. But in this case, it is not that dramatic of an example.
Well, I think you kind of got a good read on this, to be honest. Everything in me told me Slava Claus at first, but you take a closer look at Mateus Camillo. Every fight he's lost has been by submission. Do you think Slava Claus is going to go out here and submit his ass? No, he's never won a fight by submission ever in his entire career. Give me Mateus here, younger dog, just as experienced, maybe not as much UFC experience, but his biggest weakness, Slava Claus doesn't even bring to the table whatsoever. Give me Mateus Camillo.
Okay, double be served by Mateus Camillo. Next, we got Chepe Mariscal versus Pat Sabatini, a fight I'm very interested in watching. And a fight where, I was very impressed with Pat Sabatini in his last fight against Anderson Brito. He was a human backpack. I think Chepe Mariscal is backpackable. And with these pick'em odds, I gotta ride with my fucking boy, Pat Sabatini. I got to ride with Pat Sabatini. He is going to stack up pretty well from a physicality standpoint, but I think his muscles are built for go, whereas Mariscal's are built for show and power. Sabatini is built for the long haul, the grappling, the sinewy deer-like muscles on Sabatini. He's going to be able to just do what he did. If he can do that to Brito, he can do that to Mariscal, guys. I'm sorry. And it's Sabatini for me. It's Sabatini all day, all night. He's a brick. He got knocked out by Damon Jackson and Diego Lopez, but it's been years. He could get knocked out here, and that's kind of my only concern. Actually, I forgot about the Damon Jackson knockout. I forgot that in 5 fights, he's been knocked out 3 times, and do you see he beat Joe Selecki in grappling at Fury Pro back in May? You see that? Pat Sabatini. But that was controversial. We had Joe on after that, remember?
Yeah, he said it was bullshit.
Yep.
Give me Chepe Mariscal. I'm not sold on Pat Sabatini.
These guys fought before, by the way. I want to say this. They fought before at Victory FC 60 back in 2018, so almost 10 years ago. 8 years ago, almost. It was early 2018, and he lost to Chepe Mariscal by split decision back then.
Yeah, and I think the judging is more clean cut than it's ever been, where it's like, dude, control doesn't mean dick. If you're laying any damage on the feet and you get controlled for 4 minutes, like, you won that round. We don't give a fuck about any of that anymore. Get that shit out of here. Give me Chepe Mariscal. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. He's on the no-bet list. If you get knocked out by Chase Hooper, you're on the no-bet list. They're trying to trick us into finally putting his name close to winter. They always put him this summer because they use the Slava clause gimmick.
Disagree. I think Chepe Mariscal could knock Pat Sabatini out as well as just win a decision. Because, if these guys have fought each other in the past, Chepe got the dub in a lower org, which would probably be more favorable to a grappler because they're more purists.
Dude, listen, unless you've seen that fight, don't talk shit about that fight. You haven't even fucking seen the fight.
I'm not going to say I have.
All you need to know about the fight is that they fought each other before and they both said yes again.
What I do know is Chepe Mariscal is younger at 145. Pat Sabatini is 35 years old, and he's already beat him. And usually when somebody beats somebody, they beat them worse in the second fight. Especially the younger fighter, right? That's like a stat we always say. So I'm going to take Chepe Mariscal. His ass ain't getting knocked out. He's Mexican. He's got a big-ass head. He's not getting knocked out. And he's not getting submitted because he's never been submitted before. And if this goes to decision, I think Chepe Mariscal is going to make Pat Sabatini wear more of the damage, which judges have been scoring more than they have in the past 6 months. Over the past 2 months, they've been super, super, super critical of holding control and have been way more, generous to the fighter who deals more damage on the feet, even if it's not that much. Give me Chepe Mariscal.
You're acting like Chepe Mariscal is fucking Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? He's Chepe Mariscal.
That's Sabatini on the feet. He is.
Like, beat the fuck out of him on the feet. How about that?
Compared to Pat Sabatini, and listen, I see.
I got to take a piss. Finish your little rant about this. I'm picking Pat Sabatini, hometown guy. I'm rocking with Pat Sabatini.
Go ahead. Luke's in the DMV. He doesn't even give a fuck about Philly. I see Pat Sabatini's family's painting company advertisements all the time around here. If you're sitting here painting houses, Pat, you're not focusing on fighting. And granted, guys, I don't know if he does that. Maybe it could be another Sabatini brother, a Sabatini uncle. Who the hell knows? But what I will say is the younger fighter coming in undefeated in the UFC has fought just as high of a caliber of opponent as Pat has, and is coming out there with a purpose. He's not going to get knocked out. He's never been submitted in his career. And I think the judges are far more generous to the fighter who is dealing damage and not just sitting here holding you down. I think Chepe Mariscal wins this. Who knows? New York is always a crazy commission, but I think I think Chepe Mariscal can get the finish in this one. You know, already beat him 10 years ago. At that time, Chepe Mariscal was 23 years old and Pat Sabatini was 25, and he still took him to a split decision. Far less experience in that fight as well. Give me Chepe Mariscal. Love Pat Sabatini. Hate picking against him, but I will.
Okay, let's move on. We got Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon.
Yeah, give me Malcolm Wellmaker here. Cody Haddon doesn't have a lot on his resume that impresses me super much. He took Dan Argueta to a unanimous decision, and Dan Argueta is not somebody who like I necessarily rate that high. I'm gonna go with Malcolm Wellmaker. Don't know if this was real, but I saw him knock somebody out in a McDonald's today. I saw a video of that. Might have been super old. Who the hell knows? But I'd imagine it is. But somebody said it was Malcolm Wellmaker knocking out a tweaker in McDonald's. If anybody has seen that video and can confirm or deny that it was Malcolm Wellmaker, maybe it was Sora too. Who the hell knows what it was? But I'm going with Malcolm Wellmaker here. Sure, a little older, but he's got a lot of hype around him. 10-0 coming in this fight against Cody Haddon after Cody Haddon took Dan Argueta to a decision. Granted, you know, knocking everybody out very quickly is sometimes a hindrance to your ability because you're like, I've got the death touch.
He does though, and you know, Cody Haddon, he looks more like Chris Montigno than he doesn't. You know what I mean? He is Australian, so I'm sure he's not as much of a like lily white bitch as Montigno is, but I do think he meets the same end and ends up face down on a canvas.
Fair enough.
Wellmaker by knockout.
And next up, we got a banger.
And and these odds are crazy. Wellmaker's going to fuck this kid up.
We've got a banger, and I think that this one has already happened before, hasn't it? How is it not?
I don't think so. I think it was scheduled before, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check their records real quick. If you take a look, yeah, you'll see that they were never scheduled to fight. So I don't know why we think this fight has happened before. I mean, to be honest, this is like, you know, such a meaty part of the division. Like you got the Rodriguez, the Costas, the Hernandez, the Kopalovs, you know, like these are fucking good ass. These are good competitors. And this is a tough one. What do you think, Alex?
I think Greg Rodriguez can really walk through anything Roman Kopylov has for him. Roman Kopylov is more of a point fighter-esque guy. And
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, he's got some katana-like body kicks, head kicks, and he sits down on his punches. Like he just kind of sometimes doesn't put the volume forward and gasses sometimes, I think.
Yeah, but I just feel like, you know, Greg got knocked out by Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira, I think that was his debut fight in the UFC. He had a completely different body composition than he does now. You know what I mean? Like Bruno Ferreira then versus Bruno Ferreira now, they do not look like the same guy. Okay? In the slightest. I just feel like where, yes, I'm not saying he's like a point fighter in totality, but I'm saying he needs space. He's going to be throwing a lot of kicks. He's going to be exactly.
Well, guys, I think what we're all missing here is that Rodriguez could take him down and submit him.
He easily could. But that adds another envelope to why it's such a bad matchup for Roman Kopylov, because he is a kicker. He throws a lot of kicks. You don't really want to kick against a guy who's better than you at wrestling because you're giving him your leg. You know what I mean? So in this fight, I really do think Gregory Rodriguez has a ton of advantages. He could smother Roman Kopylov. You always want to smother the kicker. You want to get inside the distance, throw those hooks, throw him at the body, throw him at the head, mix it up, put him up against the cage. Roman Kopylov is going to be so uncomfortable. I think Gregory Rodriguez is one of like the easier picks on this card, but it is going to be a fun fight at the end of the day.
It's gonna be a fun fight. I love it. This is like a great matchup.
I'm giving you the best breakdown I've ever fucking given in my life. Okay? This is so analytical, so technique driven. And you guys sit here and act like, oh, these guys phone it in. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sitting here and I'm giving you that real. I'm giving you that raw right now.
And the thing is, I mean, these fights, like Malcolm Wallmaker, I told you pretty emphatically, I think he wastes Cody Haddon. And it's going to look like Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simon. That's what it's going to look like. Only worse. And it won't make it to the second round. And now that's a closely lined fight. Pat Sabatini versus Mariscal, closely lined fight. This fight, closely lined. And Alex is sitting here saying, like, Roman Kopylov not only can win on the ground, he can win on the cage, he can win with the striking. And I think he has more durability. And with Kopylov coming off that loss to Paulo Costa, Chris Curtis, how much respect do we have for him? None. You know what I mean? Josh Fremd, how much respect do we have for him? None. So it's like, yeah, Kopylov has a lot of potential, high ceiling, but he's 34. He's older than Rodriguez. And give me Rodriguez all day. Double P certified Rod fucking Rodriguez. And that the good thing about all these fights is they're good. They're good lines. Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. This is going to be self-conscious. Bo Nickel goes out and submits Rodolfo Vieira. He is going to take Rodolfo Vieira down. He is going to show everybody that he has heard loud and clear the criticism from the Paul Craig fight. He heard loud and clear that we don't want to see an American wrestler who's claiming to be the best wrestler in the world. We don't want to see you go out there and be afraid to grapple. We want to see you go out there and prove wrestling's better than jiu-jitsu. And he has heard that loud and clear. Bo Nickel will go out there and either finish it off of Vieira with ground and pound on the ground, submit. I mean, he could just beat the fuck out of Rodolfo Vieira and submit him, I think. So, sneaky line. Sneaky line is Hernandez is Vieira. He does what Alex Hernandez did to Vieira. But Bo Nickel, here's what I'm going to say, guys. He kind of ain't built like that in a lot of ways. So I'm going to kind of think that Bo Nickel gets a decision win here and just continues to be kind of fucking insufferable. You know what I mean? Continues to just like not be able to put these guys away like he did with. I feel like it's a Paul Craig repeat fight in a lot of ways. I want to be wrong. I want Bo Nickel to submit Rodolfo Vieira. I think that's the only really way to get the interest back. You know, this guy's the black belt hunter, and I submitted him in the first round. That's the after fight speech to get back to the Bo Nickel ways. You know, because his stock's low right now, and this might be a good opportunity, a good opportunity to start betting Bo at a good, comfortable line. He's not, the days of him being minus 1,600 are over for now. You're catching him at sub minus 300 in some books. So, right? I mean, yeah, minus 230 on Tapology. So, give me Bo money line, but I'd love to see a Bo finish or a Bo submission specifically.
I'm going for Bo Nickel here. No Bickle. And, Rodolfo Vieira, if Andre Petrosky is doing what Andre Petrosky did to you, then Bo Nickel should destroy him. But like Luke said, this
Alex, tell me why I don't just overdraft my bank account, bet $2,300 like on a credit card to win $1,000. What? It's a free $1,000.
It ought to be. And I don't
It is.
Rodolfo Vieira does not have the pop on his punches, the diversity in his skill set that RDR has. Like, sure, he's probably just as good on the ground as RDR, but that aspect of the game wasn't what gave Bo Nickel any trouble. I feel like a lot of these Brazilian jiu-jitsu fellas from Brazil who have been Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners their whole life are in love with like boxing and jiu-jitsu. And boxing isn't necessarily going to get it done against Bo Nickel. Rodolfo Vieira has no diversity in his strike set. He's throwing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not throwing any fucking kicks. He's not doing anything to make Bo Nickel and that not hard body. He doesn't have a hard body. Bo Nickel,
Alex,
he looked good in a singlet. He doesn't look good in the fucking UFC shorts. Okay. He looks like a bucket of milk.
And I would say, thank you. I would say, is Rodolfo Vieira going to take Bo Nickel down? No. But Renier de Ridder took him down.
But Renier de Ridder
took Bo Nickel down to the ground.
I'm saying, but he threw a lot at him. He's coming from different angles, throwing kicks, throwing knees, throwing elbows. Rodolfo Vieira is only going to be throwing hands and going for takedowns when it gets rough. He got beat the shit out of by Andre Petrosky, who got knocked out by a hip. Okay? like let's not forget, Andre Petrosky got knocked out by somebody's hip. And I think the FBI needs to investigate that. Like, if you're investigating anything.
Okay, sorry. Renier de Ridder did not take down Bo Nickel.
Okay. I didn't think that happened.
I don't know why I thought that happened.
He knocked him down.
He had one knockdown.
That finished the fight, I believe.
Nah. Yeah, maybe. No, I think it was a standing TKO. I think he knocked him down.
Could have been a standing TKO. But anywho, like, Penn State's lame. They have a corrupted history. I hate Penn State. I hate Penn State wrestling. I really wish that there was a little parity in that sport. And that being said, I do like Bo Nickel. I do like a lot of Penn State wrestlers when they transition away from college wrestling, just because, you're building a super team every single year, and it's not fun to watch. Give me Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel's going to go out there. He's going to absolutely wallop Rodolfo Vieira. It could easily look like the Paul Craig fight, but the Paul Craig fight, Bo Nickel wasn't in trouble once. So, I'm more than confident to put my name next to Bo Nickel's. Give me Bo Nickel. Rodolfo Vieira has nothing for him. He couldn't even beat a wrestler, 10% of the skill of Bo Nickel. Andre Petrosky, if he walked into Penn State, Sandusky wouldn't even give him a fucking second. Sandusky wouldn't even take him into the showers. Okay, you would skip him away, go back to Lehigh, little dove, and we might hear from you on the water at some point. I don't know. Give me Bo Nickel.
Petrosky is so cringe, worst ever. He thinks Muslim Salikov took a dive, and his wife went to Penn State, saying that I hate Penn State too.
Penn State, go Buffs. Penn State, morally corrupt institution. So is Ohio.
Yeah, it's like Penn State. Penn State's a bunch of, like, if your wife went to Penn State and you didn't, what do you think she was doing at Penn State?
Probably stepping on kids leaving a frat house. That's all I know that happens at Penn State, and weird stuff and murder.
It's murder.
Do you share that in common with Dan, VCR repairman? His wife went to Penn State as well. And that's why he's a Happy Valley loser. And he goes to Penn State. He sits there with the whiteout, waving his fucking towel over his head. Penn State sucks. I hate Penn State. James Franklin is a crook. The fact that he's getting $58 million for not winning a single fucking top 10 game ever in his career is insane. They never should have kept him on board that long. Penn State is my mortal enemy.
Yeah, it almost feels like money laundering when head coaches of football teams get paid that much money, you know?
And dude, they are literally like James Franklin got a $58 million buyout, I think, which means like we are paying you $58 million to not fucking coach our team. You're that bad that we are paying you $58 million to get the fuck off of our campus right now.
It seriously like incentivizes them to like suck, you know?
Yeah, literally. Like I'm Jimbo Fisher. I'm James Franklin. I'm like, all right, yeah. Let's let's not hit the recruiting trail this year. I'd rather have a 3-year hiatus, or at the very least, get another fucking coaching job and get another buyout on my ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dude, honestly, Bo Nickel minus 235 isn't going to come around ever again after the Saturday.
Yeah.
It will never come around again. Because if he loses this one, he retires.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But I think there's 0% chance. Yeah, perfect parlay this week. Let's manifest, boys. Well, Andrew, I hate to break it to you, but Luke and I have different picks sometimes, right? I know this is the Agreeable Guys podcast now that we're missing our third chair, but
one of us. But that gives him even better odds of hitting a perfect parlay.
Yeah.
And by the way, we pretty much went 100% last week, if not for Ricky Simone, on double P certified picks. The only picks we got wrong were Tisha
and Ricky
Tisha Pennington and Ricky Simone. Ricky Simone Cowell.
It's the first thing that jumped in my head as well.
Okay, so look, to be honest, I feel like it's bet the fuck out of Bo Nickel, you know.
Yeah. He's got great odds. He's going to win. He's not getting knocked out by Rodolfo Vieira. He could knock Rodolfo Vieira out. He could submit Rodolfo Vieira. And more than likely, he's going to get a decision against Rodolfo Vieira. Yeah. But next up, we got Gerald Meerschaert versus Kyle Daukaus. Kyle Daukaus coming in at a minus 350 favorite. For why? I know not. Hey, maybe it's because I'm so deep on the Philly or the Philadelphia Eagles tonight that I'm just coming out here and doing my Philly dogs dirty. I'm taking Gerald Meerschaert. I think Gerald Meerschaert is a lot better than people think and a lot worse than people think. Like, he is way better than a majority of the people who watch MMA believe. And, you know, Kyle Daukaus coming off of that minute knockout against Michelle Pereira is what it is. You know, that a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. You're getting the shit kicked out of you by Eric Anders. I'd like to think that Gerald Meerschaert has better grappling than Eric Anders. Not as much athletic ability for sure. I mean, Eric Anders roll damn tide. But give me Gerald Meerschaert. Auto bet.
Yeah. I want nothing to do with this fucking fight because while I think I'd rather have the guy who's 5 years younger, you know, Kyle Daukaus, who found a way to beat Michelle Pereira, my fucking Lord and Savior over here. I'll be taking Kyle Daukaus, but at minus 350, he's not getting into club parlay. He's not getting into club solo bet. He's not, you know,
getting into club Shay.
He ain't getting into club Shay. You know, GM3, he got knocked out 2 months ago. He got submitted in a blood and guts war a year ago. He's had a busy year. You know, this is his fourth fight inside of a year. I'd love him to win. If I'm going to bet this fight, probably throw a sprinkle on GM3 after Bo Nickel wins me $1,000. But other than that, I'm not going to bet it. So my pick will be Kyle Daukaus.
Disgusting.
It is.
Next up, we got dusty ass Angela Hill versus Fatima Klein.
Really, this is like looks. It's like you know, Neil Magny versus Mikey Musumeci. Or no, Neil Magny versus Jessica Andrade. I'm sorry.
It is kind of like Mikey Musumeci versus Neil Magny, though. Like,
Yeah. Put
in all
glasses on
honesty,
her.
and that's why I'm gonna take Angela Hill.
Dusty
And
old bones covered in green dust.
dusty old bones, gathering green dust. Luke once told me, he said, women as they get older, they get more testosterone. In fact,
Never said that.
You have said that. Where as women get older, hi, December Bank.
Wait, hold on. He said, I could be in that chair and will be soon. I could be that chair and will be soon. I love it.
Wow.
I'm going to bank on this play, Alex. Clubs him down, follows him down, gets submitted. Love it. Yeah. Dawkins, right? I'm assuming that's what he meant. Hill, decision, bank, lock it in. I love it. I will be. Don't tempt me with a good time. You know what?
Angela Hill is going to beat Fatima Klein. And Fatima Klein is just.
Fatima Klein's good. She trains with Erin Blanchfield, though.
She's good. She is good, but she is too small. She deserves like an atom weight class,
I mean, look, it's not even that. Angela Hill has just looked great. Like, she is good at jiu-jitsu all of a sudden. She doesn't get taken down at all. She is the same striker she's always been. She's got Neil Magny-like volume and Neil Magny-like third rounds. I mean, she is fucking...
She is Neil Magny. I am not convinced
drag,
they're
dude.
not the same person.
I think when Neil goes in and fights as Neil, he is Neil. We've gotten it all wrong. And Angela Hill isn't Neil Magny. Neil Magny is Angela Hill.
Oh, no.
And she is putting in leg plates and making herself... Neil can't make himself smaller, but Angie can make herself bigger. She's becoming Neil for the extra money.
I'm just happy John Anik is not here because he'd be like, oh, what's the Euro Under King doing here with that Mr. Roger Sweater, motherfucker?
John Manick.
John Manick. He is an insane person. I'm going with Neil Magny in this one. Although she is 3 inches shorter with a 3-inch shorter reach, I just think Fatima Klein is just not hardy enough for this 115-pound division. And sure, she fought Yasmin Yusavicius at 125 or whatever, and that's the fight that she lost. And I love Fatima Klein. Nobody loves Fatima Klein more than me. But I just think, although the statistics say otherwise, Angie Hill is going to be the more imposing figure in the cage. I think that she's going to go out there and muscle her around, throw her all over the place, be better on the feet, be better at staying on the feet and not going on the ground. Fatima Klein has some pretty slick jiu-jitsu, but I don't think she gets overkill there. She's too smart. She's a crafty vet. She's going to be throwing big, meaty hooks. Give me Angela Hill.
All right. Next, we got Eric Makhachev.
You didn't give your pick.
I picked Angie Hill. Well, yeah, Angie Hill. But, don't put it on your... We don't bet lady fights on perfect parlays. Or any bets. We don't bet lady fights. Okay. Eric Makhachev, 35 years old.
Our mother made us swear off betting on lady fights.
Yeah, it's a separate league entirely. You don't combine the WNBA with the NBA. You don't do that. We got Bysengur Sakayev. 1-0 in the UFC, coming off his win against Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan, he had fought on the Duplessis versus Chimaev card back in August, and he was able to finish him in the second round with a rear naked choke. Believe if you go and check that card out, you'll find that was a short notice fight. I think you'll find, right? Let's see. No. Nope. Not that I can tell. Eric Makhachev, though, did come in on short notice in his last fight, I believe. Or his debut against Nursultan Nazarbayev. No. Nope, he didn't. No. No, he didn't.
No, and I
Hold
will
on.
not know.
No one.
That's
Gather
Tom.
around and I'll tell you a tale about one-eyed Tommy and Aspinall and I have one eye and I live in Aspinall and I'll tell you what happened. Okay. I mean, this is a no bet. It's a no bet, or it's a sprinkle on Eric Makhachev for fun. Serkayev's 10-0, 8 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission. Eric Makhachev, he came in there. He had a decent showing against Ruzabel before getting knocked out in Brundage. Split decision victory. I'm just
Winning against Brundage is huge, though. Like, it's impossible to win
It's
against
hard to
Gordon
get out of there with a win. Yeah, I mean, look,
There's only 2 men that I know who've done that, and that's Makhachev and Tadriskas Dumas.
Yeah, so it's like if you're gonna bet Serkayevv, it's like how does he do it? Is it by decision? Is it by knockout? Logic would say by knockout, so I'm just gonna go Serkayevv by knockout, but a no bet. And real quick, you already know I'm going with Erin Blanchfield. She's gonna beat the fuck out of Tracy Cortez. Can't wait to see it. This thing keeps distracting me. Sorry, I'm like, what the fuck is that in my ear? But now you know I'm taking Serkayevv by knockout, round 1, or lose a decision in Eric Makhachev. So you can literally comfortably bet both probably. And then I'm going with Erin Blanchfield by submission. By Cortez being like, don't mess up my eyelashes, and her getting in there and getting the choke. So those are my next 2 picks. Alex's turn to break down Makhachev versus Serkayevv. And then if I'm not back by the time he gets done,
I will break down the fight after that.
Cortez. And then I'll be back to give my pick for Brady versus Morales after that. But I'm going to be back so quick. Like, don't even fret, guys. Don't even fret, guys. Real quick. Hold on. Tell me the tale of bold one-eyed Aspinall. $25 blind bet on the dog here and move on. Exactly. These big dog fights, it's like, what the fuck are you going to try to do? Unless you, like, intimately know, but right, like, so the equivalent here would be like, oh, me and Alex, we wrestled in high school. We know about Bo Nickel. Okay, cool. So he's minus 1,600. All right, well, we can comfortably assume he'll go out there and wrestle Val Woodburn. No, he just knocks him out. We're like, all right, it's like, what edge would we have to bet Bo Nickel at? Some fighters, the line's blown out. It's like a blown out, fucking blown out.
Sometimes you see Bob Imus versus who is the guy? Who is the guy who does the anime voice? He trains at the guy in DC or Baltimore.
Sadiq Youssef.
Yes. I knew.
I don't know how I got there with fucking what you gave me, but anyway.
He trains under that guy in Baltimore. What's his name? Lloyd Irvin. Yes.
Professor Lloyd Irvin. Yeah. Professor Irvin.
Yeah.
I would never ever disrespect
that. I caught that blade at plus 1,000. What's his name? Dumas. It's similar to Cedricus.
No, it's not. It's Sadiq Youssef.
That's close to Cedricus Dumas.
Sadiq Youssef Zalal. Cedricus Youssef Zalal.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great there. I gotta save that one in the memory.
Cedricus Youssef Zalal.
Of course, it's perfect. It's perfect the way you said it the first time.
Yeah, okay. All right. But anyway, it's a popcorn fight. I wonder, when you say that, are you referencing like it's a popcorn classic? Are you referencing like on cinema at the cinema? Because we had another guy reference Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hungerverse. He was like, because I'm dumb as hell. I was like, I remember that from somewhere. Tracy all day, dumbass. No. Tracy's gonna get beat. Erin Blanchfield's the fighting pride of Jersey. She's gonna go in there. You put a girl, pardon my French. You put a bitch from Jersey against some girl who lived in California her whole life. Tracy was out there shoveling snow, getting hit with snowballs.
Play it, Luke.
What?
It's meatball day, baby.
Yeah, you put somebody from Jersey against a girl from fucking California.
Meatball day!
It's fucking meatball day.
All right, we got a situation.
And in a few months, we can play that without even having to worry about any copyright infringement because MTV is folding. If you guys haven't heard the news, give me the Hunter. I'm not even gonna fucking try to say this guy's name, dude. Are you kidding me right now? Give me him. But Luke says he's gonna knock him out. No. Moicano is a little smarter than some of these other guys. He's gonna get clubbed and then subbed. Rear naked choke, probably second round. But as Luke said, you don't touch this. You put a sprinkle on it, and you put a sprinkle on Eric Moicano. You don't fuck around with that big of a favorite. Sorry, guys. As soon as Luke leaves, I get the hiccups all of a sudden. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. I will respectfully decline you, Mr. Kavanaugh. I'm going to go with Aaron Blanchfield. I agree with Luke. I love Aaron Blanchfield. I think Tracy Cortez is a drama queen. I think that her whole cutting her hair off to make weight was performative. She held it on the scale. How much weight could it have removed if you're holding it while you're on the scale? Don't make no sense to me. Tracy Cortez, too busy hanging out with Neon, too busy hanging out with Neon drama, too busy hanging out with Aiden Ross, too busy going to slap fight, too busy throwing shots at Brian Ortega. Aaron Blanchfield is dialed in, brother. Aaron Blanchfield is going to go out there and finish Tracy Cortez. I would imagine. If not, it's going to be 30-26. Aaron Blanchfield 30-25. Aaron Blanchfield. She's going to absolutely Sandusky Tracy Cortez. Like, she's going to go out there and treat her like she's a child. She's going to ruin her. Aaron Blanchfield is the true.
The fight I wish we could see is I wish we could see Tracy Cortez versus Roxanne Modafferi.
Oh, Roxanne fucking somehow like stumbles her way into a win. I'd imagine.
No, but I want to see like a Latina LA bully a nerd girl. And it could be this one, but Aaron Blanchfield's not the one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like
Chase Hooper versus D-Rod. He's the only Latino gangster left in the UFC.
Yeah, but but D-Rod's the venom's out of the snake. Like, I want to see like somebody and even like Cheeto Vera. Like, nobody gives a fuck, Cheeto. You just lost to fucking Ariel Helwani. Like, you lost to once Cheeto lost to Sugar Sean. Like, you're not intimidating, But I want to see somebody be like I want to see her get in fucking Blanchfield's face, and Blanchfield be like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But Blanchfield's not the one. She's not going to do that. Roxanne Modafferi, I want to see a girl be like genuinely taken aback. Like, oh my God, what did I ever do to her? Like, what, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Confused.
Yeah.
But give me Aaron Blanchfield. I think Aaron Blanchfield finishes her. I honestly, they just had Nina Drama try to submit Tracy Cortez on socials. And Nina Drama got pretty close to submitting Tracy Cortez in that bid. I was sitting there.
Is Nina the worst of or what? Like, in terms of just like, what is the point?
What's the point?
Unnecessary shit,
Terrible.
Like, who gives a fuck?
Like, Nina, you weren't trying to get that choke whatsoever. If I let my fiance put a choke on me, a full rear naked choke, she would probably choke me out. Like, Luke, if you let somebody fully indulge into a rear naked choke and then say go,
no,
Yeah, if I'm not trying to
Not
slam
me.
her head into
Not me
a
because
wall.
I have a really strong jaw, really strong neck, really strong traps. Like I'm getting out of there.
Yeah,
Me
probably.
personally, I'm getting out of there. Like, and also
Yeah.
like,
You're more meatball like though, but I'm like a little lankier. Like I'm five. I'm
like
5'5", 170 pounds. Luke's like 4'11", 630 pounds. So like you got to take that into consideration. He is a ball. He's like a butter bean type of guy.
We got to move Eagles game. What are you doing? We got to move. All right. So I picked Blanchfield. He picked Blanchfield. I picked Sirkayev. Next, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I'm going Sean Brady. Sean Brady backpack. Sean Brady takedown. Sean Brady take him down, lay on him, submit him. Sean Brady by wrestling all day. It's going to be a Philly night, a Mid-Atlantic region night. I'm really backing a lot of my hometown guys here. Sean Brady by backpack. He took this fight for a reason. He's got more experience. He's better on the ground. This guy is not Brazilian. Don't let him fool you. He doesn't know.
Michael Morales is a lady boy.
He's from Ecuador. He's not Brazilian. He's going to get taken down. There's no grappling in Ecuador. It's going to be Sean Brady by grapple fuck sessions.
Have you seen the videos of Michael Morales as a lady boy?
No. And Alex, if I saw them, I wouldn't bring them to this show. Do you understand? I wouldn't bring them to this show because this show is not about that. It's about the fights.
It's about that because that takes into account the fights. It's just like I said, Tracy Cortez is going to lose because she's hanging out with Neon and fucking Aiden Ross. Do you think Aaron Blanchfield is getting called by Aiden Ross? Okay.
Bangkok ready.
Michael
ready.
Michael Morales is Bangkok ready.
Bangkok ready.
He's going to have the better Thai boxing, the longer reach, the better height. He's going to have all that. But what he doesn't know is sometimes guys like Luke, guys like Sean Brady, little meatballs, they're your biggest issue sometimes. They're so low to the ground, they're going to take you down, they're going to choke you out. And
that's what I'm saying.
If the videos I saw,
we're going to demoralize you. We're going to fucking demoralize you. And he's going to not even.
Michael Morales weren't Sora 2, then he's going to just accept that. Okay? Give me Sean Brady. Give me Sean Brady by rear naked choke. Okay? He's going to choke this lanky bull out and do it for the Philly Dogs. Luke took all the Philly Dogs. I'm just taking one because I know who I need to put my bets on, and that's Sean Brady.
I heard you say Sean Brady by rear
against Bilal Muhammad. Okay, Sean Brady is here. He's ready, and he's going to beat whoever has that belt next.
So wait, Alex, you said I heard you say he's going to win by rear, and then I hopped out for a second by accident.
Naked choke.
And, you know, it's funny you said rear naked choke, and the last time that I had that happen was BJ Penn about to rear naked choke Kenny Floyd, and the cable goes out.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Our buddy was there at that fight, ready to spoil everything.
So anyway, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. We both take Sean Brady. Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. You know, this is a fight. It's under 170 pounds, and the Beneil is 7 years older, so I have to go BSD. I think BSD looked really good against Rufi, and I find Rufi to be much more intimidating and scary than Beneil Dariush at this point. He gave him his first loss. He beat Kyle Prepolek. Sure, he lost to Moicano. Sure, he lost to Poirier. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I think he beats the fuck out of Beneil Dariush.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. This isn't one that I'm going to touch. Don't want anything to do with this fight. Just would like to watch as a spectator. I don't know. Beneil Dariush, the power of Christ behind him. BSD, murderer, under the guise of war. God of War, so he's the best killer ever. That's what hey, you know, my conscience is clean. Call me Conscious Pilot. Give me Give me Beneil. I just think it's going to be weird. I think he always wins these types of scenarios. He's tougher.
If BSD starts high-fiving him, it's all over.
If
Or
BSD
not high-fiving, but if they're like, if there's like if they get into kind of a slow-paced, respectful fight, it's over. If BSD blitzes him like Sarukian did, he can win.
That's the thing. Like everybody's talking about French special forces, like it's like the coolest thing in the world. Hey guys, the Marine Corps of the United States is better than any French soldier ever. Okay,
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. They suck. We bail them out of every situation they've ever been in.
And like how many military guys have been UFC champions? Like 3.
Exactly. This guy stinks. I think BSD is far more overrated. You know, you talk about old guys fighting him. Alessio Zakaski had him on death's door, and he was like 40 years old. So give me Beneil Dariush. I don't love this fight. I'm not going to touch this fight, but I think Benny could get it done. I'd imagine I will end up touching it. You know, I might play with it a little bit because I'd imagine that you know, there's gonna be Michael Morales knocking out Sean Brady in the first round or something like that. You know, then I gotta like get my fingers on this one. But give me Beneil Dariush, the Armenian assassin, Benny and the Jets. God bless the United States and God bless Beneil Dariush.
It's a nice thought, but you're wrong.
Fair. Next up, this is an interesting one. Smoking Leon Edwards versus Smoking Carlos Prates. Luke. Leon Edwards looks dead. He looks like a dead man walking.
Prates by knockout.
That's all I needed to know. Leon Edwards' decision, he's going to take him down. He's going to smother him. If you're letting fucking Neil Magny... Oh, no, not Neil Magny. Sorry. Ian Gary. If you're letting Ian Gary...
He almost knocked Ian Gary out in the fucking...
5 rounds. Leon Edwards has underrated wrestling. Leon Edwards...
The Ian Gary fight should have been a draw because he won round 4 and he won round 5, 10-8.
This is a 3-round fight.
I know, but I'm saying like he should have went to a draw with Ian Gary. That shouldn't have been a loss.
He got dominated in the first 3 rounds against Ian Gary.
He didn't get dominated. They were fucking close.
Leon Edwards is 10 times as good as Ian Gary. Give me Leon Edwards. Give me Leon Edwards as a dog. I know he looks like he's done. I know he looks like he's finished, but he's still only 34 years old, and he's going to go out there and get it done. If we think that Sean Brady is as good as we thought he is, if we think that Bilal Muhammad is good enough to, you know, go 5 rounds with, you know, JLM, Jack Della Maddalena, you know, who are we to say that Leon Edwards isn't as good as we thought he was after he knocked out Kamaru Usman? Give me Leon Edwards. He out-wrestled Kamaru Usman. He's going to go out there. He's going to put Carlos Prates against the cage, take him down 3 times, only has to do it for 15 minutes. He's going to win. He doesn't need to pull it out of the fire.
Dude, Andrew, we don't agree on shit. It's not Edwards. It's not Cortez. You're wrong on both accounts. Alex is wrong on half of those accounts, and I'm right. It's Prates. He's going to knock him the fuck out. So, and you're wrong about Benny too. Stop. Like it's not the case, guys. Anyway, so look, next fight, you got Valentina Shevchenko versus Weili Zhang.
What Andrew doesn't realize, the third chair was Dan. Straight edge, bets on every favorite, says Vegas has it right. That's how it goes, okay? You're betting on every dog. Every time you hear a dog, you start barking, baby.
And listen, if you're betting them as individuals, I like that strategy a lot better than anything else.
Factual, but like, you know, you got to have some credibility here. You can't just bet every dog blindly. You know what I mean? You got to have some some factual evidence to back it up. And if you're sitting here saying Aaron Blanchfield is going to lose to Tracy Cortez just because she's got a bundaklaka, I can't rely on you, Andrew. Lug, next up, we got Valentina Shevchenko.
Wait, I just want to say one more thing.
Say it. Don't hold back.
It's
I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh,
Go
well,
Bucks.
thank you. Thank you very much. Tracy. Okay, so the next fight.
Tracy is not going to sleep with you if you bet on her. Okay? She will not know. You can still meet her, and she might even still do it. She seems like you could find her in
here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? Erin Blanchfield could go out there and do what she did against Manafir Road and have like a little striking learning class, and Tracy could be at the end.
But Tracy is not a striker; she's a wrestler.
Okay, so Valentina versus Weili Zhang. The more you look into this fight, the better it is. It's a good fight. This is actually a sick fight. 36-year-old Zhang, 37-year-old Valentina.
She's actually 35. I think they calculated different in China. They do it when you're born, you're 1, not 0. I think. That might be Korean. I don't know.
Look it up. Hey, Google it, or I'm gonna jump through the camera and beat the shit out of you, because you can't introduce something like that to me and try to blow my whole mind. ChatGPT it or something. I don't know.
You're not Chinese one baby's 1 year old.
Yeah, because you know why? Because if your baby's a day old, you're a day old, and then if you're a year old, you're a year old. You're not 1 year old.
They say you're 1. Yes, under traditional Chinese age recognition system, a person is considered 1 year old at birth.
Okay, does Tapology recognize that, or did Tapology say, what day were you born?
No, I just looked it up. And that was Google AI, if you can trust that.
All right, well, her birthday is August 13th, 1989. Okay?
So she's 36.
Google AI says that if my birthday is August 13th, 1989, I'm 36 years old, and I will turn 37 next August in 2026. But as of today, I'm 36 years old in 2 months. So
Tapology, not woke. Okay, not
so
going by any ancient Chinese secrets.
Tapology uses her actual how old she is, which is good.
Okay.
Good to fucking know. So she's 36. Now that we got that out of, I gotta. When I first saw this matchup, I said Zhang. Second time I saw it, I said Zhang. Third time I saw it, I said Zhang. I'm like, it's Zhang. Zhang's gonna win. Zhang's gonna win. Zhang's gonna win. Zhang's gonna win. Now I'm thinking Valentina.
You're wrong.
Zhang's gonna win. Beats the fuck out of her. But
you're
what
wrong.
do you think? Convince me back to Zhang.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Weili Zhang is a science experiment. Okay, they have her on all types of stuff. She's if you know anything about the Olympics, you know that China and Cuba, their countries, and Russia have an invested interest in children when they're young. They genetically modify them to be such ways. I heard recently that Yao Ming, you know Yao Ming, Luke?
Yeah.
Big Chinese guy, center for the Houston.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard recently, okay, and I don't know how accurate this is. This was an Instagram reel, ladies and gentlemen. Put up the disclaimer.
Let's just not.
I heard recently that the Chinese government made Yao Ming's parents mate because they were the two tallest people in China, and they created Yao Ming. Okay, now how crazy is that? That's insane, right? What depths will they go to create a champion? China, they're very behind Miss Weili Zhang. She's a great girl. I love her. She's gonna go out there and destroy Valentina Shevchenko. what would Weili Zhang do to Alexa Grasso with those nice little feet on her? What would she do to Alexa Grasso? A lot. She'd do a lot to her. She'd do anything she wanted with her. Please believe me, people. This Weili Zhang, she's different. She's going to come out there from China. She's going to destroy Valentina Shevchenko. It won't even be close. Valentina tried to go up and fight Amanda Nunes. Sure, they were close fights, but there's something to be said about a weight class. Cutting down to a weight class when you're that old, it gets harder and harder every single time. She's going to be sucking down weight. Weili Zhang's going to be stronger than ever before. She's going to be jacked. She picked up Shaquille O'Neal. She picked up Francis Ngannou, who might be fighting Jake Paul soon, which would be awesome. Give me Weili Zhang. Weili Zhang emphatically. Weili Zhang is going to demolish Valentina Shevchenko.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll side with you. It's Zhang.
It's Zhang. God Zhang.
Here's what I'm gonna do. $2,400 on Bo Nickel. Then that'll win me 1,000. Then I'm gonna put that 1,000 on a 2-leg parlay. Weili Zhang is the leg one. It's not even a parlay. We're just gonna bet it. Weili Zhang. Now we got another 1,000. Now we're gonna put 1,000.
You have 1,100 from betting on Weili Zhang.
Right. So we'll have 2,000 in profit at this point. We're gonna take half of that. So we'll pocket 1,000. Hey, worst case scenario, we made 1,000. Now, granted, I'm probably gonna have bet 1,000 on other shit throughout the night. But worst case scenario, we break even. I take the other 1,000. Islam by submission. So that's my main event pick, guys. Islam Makhachev by submission plus 200 odds. Opportunities like this don't come around often enough. I think Jack Della Maddalena is a very dangerous striker, which will create a sense of urgency in the camp of Islam Makhachev. He's also training with Craig Jones. Craig Jones has said that, this guy is good. Jack Della is good on the ground, so that gives Islam enough of a reason to submit him. I think he goes in, takes Jack down pretty much instantly, submits Jack pretty much instantly, just like the Moicano fight. You got to think Jack got taken down by Gilbert Burns. Jack is really, I love Jack, but this is crazy. He's not Volk. He's going to get submitted in the first or second round.
He's not Volk. He's bigger. The only
plus 200 Islam by submission. Opportunities like this don't come around too often.
The only thing that gives me cause to pause here is how much Islam struggled with the smaller guy coming up in weight to fight him in Volk. And now he's the guy going up in weight. The only other thing that gives me cause to pause is how Basel Hafez absolutely ragdolled JDM in their fight and got robbed of a split decision. Because he gassed in the third round. He was winning the entire fight other than that, and he took the fight on 6 days' notice. So, yeah, this is a tough fight to call. I don't think it's as easy as Luke is saying.
It's not. Alex, come on.
Come
on. This is like Dan Hardy versus GSP.
No, it's not, because GSP isn't coming up from 155 after struggling with a 145er and fighting against JDM is fighting against Islam Makhachev after fighting somebody out of Islam Makhachev's camp who couldn't take him down. What, once? Did Bilal Muhammad take down JDM? I don't remember that. I remember JDM beating the piss out of the pita bread from Sausage Party all 25 minutes. I don't remember a single second of success, and I fucking bet on Bilal Muhammad after seeing JDM get taken down at will by Basel Hafez. I said, oh, yeah, dude, this is the start to Bilal Muhammad's title reign right here. He's going to take JDM down at will, just as Basel Hafez did. And he couldn't do it. So maybe Habibi has more going on than we think. Or maybe Bilal isn't as good as we think. I think Bilal is reasonably rated. Actually, underrated. People hate him just because he's boring as all get out.
Bilal sucks.
I think
Leon
JDM.
sucks.
Huh?
Bilal sucks. Leon sucks. Colby sucks. They all suck. Usman sucks.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you say
DDP especially sucks.
wow. Now you've gone too far. You've gone a step too far. You've gone just
Adesanya sucks. Hamzat sucks.
So what's that
Strickland
mean?
sucks.
Alex Pierre sucks?
Nope, he's good.
Okay, cool.
Pereira is. Here's who's good. Pereira is good. Prohashka is good. Cyril Gahn is good.
Tom Aspinall?
No, sucks.
John Jones?
Amazing, the best of all time. Go. But here's the thing. Aspinall, John said it like best. He goes, I never thought of it that way. He was like, he just crumbles whenever there's any adversity.
He got submitted by a leg lock. That's why I think that Johnny.
Did you see what John said? He tapped. He tapped instantly. He's like, he's like when his knee got, and you know why? It's because why? He has a great dad. His dad was a great dad. But when you have a great dad, when you have good parents who love you, they come in and they hug you tight when something happens that's bad. Fighting is a sport where guys who have no parents or have parents who weren't there for them.
John Jones.
What?
John Jones' dad's like a priest.
John has great parents. John has great parents.
John comes from a great family. Two brothers in the NFL. They're just wild boys.
Yeah.
As my hero, Brendan Schaub, would say, they're just a couple of wild boys. All three of the actually, Arthur was the only one that wasn't a wild boy. Like Arthur was the only one that didn't get in trouble. Rest in peace. Ever. Like I've never heard of any controversy with Arthur Jones, but Chandler Jones actually owns Larry Fitzgerald's soul in his dog. I don't know if you guys know this.
That's insane. Yeah.
Like they got some weird stuff going on there. So, I don't want to throw any disparagements to Mr. or Mrs. Jones.
Mr. Mrs. Jones and me. You know the song?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. Woo, I am for real.
Mr. Jones told each other fairy tales and then everybody.
Exactly. Outcast, great band. I'm gonna go with Jack Della. And I don't love it. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, because I told you guys on the last show. I'm always going to go with the favorite in the main event because it gives you a good hedge out opportunity. Give me Islam Makhachev. Sorry, guys. I don't think Islam's going to win. I think JDM's going to win. I think Craig Jones has discovered all of the secrets of the Dagos, and he's going to make sure that JDM doesn't get subbed. He's going to make sure that JDM's safe the entire fight, and I think JDM's going to win. But by default, we auto bet the favorite in the main event because this is a parlay show. This isn't a fucking one and done show. I'm taking Islam Makhachev for the hedge out opportunity at the end. I mean, plus 210. That's juicy. That's juicy going in the main event. You can cut your losses with half of the money you bet all night if you have a parlay still going. So give me Islam. Alhamdulillah.
I love doing this show, and I had so much fun with you guys tonight. This was a juicy card. I can't wait to be there live in person. I'll be in the Discord if you guys want to talk to me while I'm there live, boots on the ground. And I have great seats, and I plan on looking up a lot of the UFC executive staff on Zoom info before I get there, so I can text them and call them and be like, "Hey, I want to meet I want to meet all. Who should I say I want to meet? Alex?
Aaron Blanchfield, they'll let you.
No, but like somebody, who do you think is going to be there watching that like won't be fighting that I can meet? You know,
Donald Trump will be there.
no, he won't be.
I have it on good authority. He's going to be there. I mean, he was on.
I hope, man. Honestly, I truly hope not, because that just means that we're gonna fucking have to.
It was a mess getting in when we went. When Donald Trump
it's just gonna be a little bit. It wasn't that bad, but
the Secret Service was super chill. In fact, actually, they were cool ass dudes. They let us get pictures with them and stuff. I was like, oh, when the fuck am I gonna be around the Secret Service again?
We were borderline belligerent. We were getting pictures with the Secret Service. It was pretty cool.
But that was pre-Charlie Kirk. You know, they might be on high alert. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if Trump could stay home, it would make my commute a little bit easier. I would appreciate that.
They block off like 3 blocks in the center of New York City. like just to give you guys a little context, we had to walk like 3 blocks in the center of New York City. No cars were coming into Madison Square Garden or out of Madison Square Garden that night without the Secret Service's approval. So just to give the viewer a little context, Luke.
It was sick. And then, but I mean, we did get in and out of the arena pretty easily. But, you know, it's a vomitorium, you know, MSG's a vomitorium, so it's very easy to get in and out.
Not if you're driving. not if
I am not.
Not if you're taking a cab and you're like, what the fuck? Why do we have to walk 4 extra blocks right now? We thought when Luke got done with his, you know, assassin job, because he's one of the 250 assassins to ever live.
He's talking about stand-up comedy, guys. He's talking about, Alex, I'm literally going to New York. You don't need to be saying these things on earwaves. You know what I mean? Like he's using the Joe Rogan reference. You know what I mean?
Luke was a comedy assassin, not an actual murderer. But he did murder the crowd. Every time he went out there, they would die of laughter.
So let's go through the full picks top to bottom. I'm literally not. I'm letting you ramble. I'm not even paying attention because I'm trying to record the bets.
I know. I'm trying to make sure that you get this done, because every time I try to list my picks, you say,
I really only need a head start, and then I can kind of, you know.
I gave you that head start, bitch. That's what I was doing. Okay, if you're rolling with me, you're going with Islam Makhachev tentatively, Weili Zhang, Leon Edwards, Beneil Dariush.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. You picked JDM. I'm not fucking. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, put Islam at the top of the parlays, hedge on JDM. But is your pick Islam?
Can I do that?
What?
Can I do that? Am I allowed to do
what?
That?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what you bet. This is why we have the open bet sheet and the picks. I'm just saying, who do you think is going to win? And that's what I'm trying to record right now.
JDM.
That's what I have.
Islam Makhachev will be at the top of any parlay I put out on this card. Islam Makhachev will be at the top to hedge on JDM effectively. But I think JDM is going to win. Weili Zhang, Leon Edwards, Benny Dariush, Sean Brady, Aaron Blanchfield. Good God, how the fuck?
You said Zhang, Edwards, Dariush, Brady, Blanchfield, and then this is the one I don't actually know what you said. Makhachev versus
Sanger, Sussy,
Sir Kaev.
It's all right. I'd prefer to not know how it's said. It makes it a lot easier to make it sound funny. Angie Hill, Gerald Mearshart, Bo Nickel, Greg Rod, Malcolm Wellmaker, Chepe Mariscali, and Mateus Camillo.
Yep. So you're going with GM3 still?
Yeah, I think he might be like I think he might be next up, to be honest.
Okay, so for me it's gonna be Mateus Camillo, Pat Sabatini, Malcolm Wellmaker, Gregory Robocop Rodriguez, Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins, Angela Hill, Sir Kaev, Aaron Blanchfield, Sean Brady, Benoit Saint Denis, Carlos Pratis, Weili Zhang, and Islam Makhachev. The double P certified pick.
6-7.
the Double B certified picks from top to bottom. First Double B certified pick, or sorry, we'll go from bottom to top. Starting you off, Mateus Camillo, Double B certified. Malcolm Wallmaker, Double B certified. RoboCop, Double B certified. Bo Nickel, Double B certified. Excuse me, Angie Hill, Double B certified, but Lady Fight, disregard. Surzakayev, Double B certified, but too big of a favorite, disregard. Blanchfield, Double B certified. Lady Fight, regard that one. Sean Brady, Weili Zhang, Lady Fight, regard that one.
Regard that one. Regardless, regard that.
Yeah. You can regard this and you can regard that. You can regard this and you can regard that. Obviously, this is on free money. Yes, it is. Later, guys. Thank you. Goodbye. Rest in peace, Kirk. Sydney Sweeney. Rest in peace. Whatever. Rest in peace. Not rest in peace. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Sydney Sweeney. The Butterface Queen. Islam. I wouldn't say that. That's insane. Islam Blanchfield. Wellmaker. Agree. Dawkins. Nickel. Rodriguez. Yeah, there you go. Justin sided with me. Andrew was siding with Alex.
Queen is Ice Spice. She has the
okay. Stop. I'm going to New York. I don't need Ice Spices. I have to check in with Ice Spice when I get there.
I'm a dog, woof.
What did you say? Ooh,
I'm a
dog. Smelly.
Ooh, smelly. You know what
Okay,
that
I
show,
love you guys.
If you know what show that's from, put it in the comments. You get $100.
I'm waiting, everybody. All right. We love you guys. Thank you. Give us free. Please, I need money. Sponsor me, guys. Give me some money for my trip to New York. Please give me a little sponsorship money. And that's it. That's that.
If
that's
you guys
all
gave us a hair of money, we would be able to tell you how we actually feel. Like on
There's
this
a little bit
show,
of money. And the thing is,
everything is layered down. You know, you might think we're getting wild on here. Wait till you hear our actual opinions.
All right.
And when you look into it,
Sorry, we love you guys. Goodbye. One more comment. Great show. Thank you. Yes, we love you. Goodbye, everybody.
Love you.
Love you.